Decided to do a little update on the Falcon. Haven't done one in quite a while. Trying to work on the race truck. It's slow. Trying to bounce back and forth with 900 of my other projects. But this one I'm focusing on now. I got a autocross event I want to go to in, I don't know, 18 days, 15 days, something like that. And there's a lot of stuff to do before it would even come close to passing tech, let alone driving right. Got in some 600-pound Mustang GT springs. They're 1 inch lowered from factory, but I'll probably still cut like a coil off or a coil and a half off. That's got almost 3 coils cut off. There's absolutely no suspension. It's pretty much sitting on, it is sitting on bump stops, not pretty much. So I got new bump stops, coils, I got ball joints, lower control arms, sway bar bushings from the frame. Let's see what else. I think that's it. The front end should be pretty. The brakes are all brand new. Wheel bearings are brand new. I'll repack those. Rear suspension, I'm just gonna adjust the brakes and make sure it's all good. I'm not gonna mess with that right now. I want to do new leaf springs, but that'll be later. So I've been redoing the floors. They weren't spot welded to the subframe, and they were just tack welded all the way around. It's a really shitty job. I was 15 years old when I did it, so whatever. I got it all spot welded. There's still a few pinholes, but I'm not worried about it right now. Spot welded on the front, spot welded on the back. It's all butt welded. Don't mind the transmission hump. That's getting taken out. Got it all seam sealed. Got the holes welded up from the other seats. I'm gonna plug up the seatbelt holes with just some plugs and then seam sealer. Pretty much all the passenger side completely done. I've re-welded the drive shaft tunnel. It's almost all the way welded. I still got a little gap there that I got to fill in. Let's see what else. I ripped out all the sound deadener. Driver's sides, I'm not going to worry about that for right now. I'm going to do that later. There's a few things I know I got to do on the dash. Pretty much finished up the wiring. I got to take the steering wheel off, check the wiring on the blinkers, and then reinstall this and torque it all down. Probably gonna run this seat. I was trying to get some bomber bucket style seats. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get them in time. Need to tie the battery down. Tie the battery down. Wow, that was illiterate. So I guess the list of things to do before this autocross event happens is redo the whole front suspension, torque everything front to back, underneath the car, inside the car, mount the battery, hard mount the battery. Probably pull the subwoofers out or something, either that or mount them to the subfloor. Finish up the floor, put sound deadener in it, put seat belts in the driver's side. I'm probably not going to run passenger seat for right now. I need to reroute the power wire for the starter. I need to reroute that underneath all the panels and then probably through the fender well and come in to the starter solenoid. Check all the fluids, probably change all the fluids. Rear end, transmission, engine, top the radiator off. I need to bleed the brakes, make sure they're all completely good. Air cleaner, I need to finish the air cleaner, paint it up, and then put it on. Also need to put a reservoir for the overflow, because right now it just dumps into the atmosphere like a good old 60s car would. I think that's it for underneath. I mean, it's pretty simple under here. I also need to get tires, because mine are, if you could see that, I don't know if the sun is, oh yeah, you can see that. Kinda. There you go. Yeah, they're pretty much bald. It's not too much stuff to get done before these 15-ish days go by. Really the main things that won't pass tech, I'm guaranteeing the battery, the seat belts, the overflow tank on the radiator. But me personally, I want to rebuild the front end, get it real tight so I don't have any worries about that, and it'll handle better. I mean, it's not far off. There's just a lot of little things I want to do. I'll try to do a video redoing the front end probably next week is when I'm probably going to have all the parts in, so it shouldn't take too long. It's pretty simple and it's pretty easy to tear apart. Probably my biggest expense is going to be the tires. Biggest is probably going to be like 200 bucks for tires. That'll probably be the main thing that's going to cost me some money. The front end parts are actually really cheap. My plan is to raise the car about 1.5 inches in the front, maybe 1 inch in the rear, and then get lower profile tires. They're 175/70 13s. I would like a 165, like 55. I don't know. I don't know what sizes they make. I haven't gone down and looked. But I want something about 1 inch and a half lower or shorter. That way I lift the car up about 1.5 inches so I actually have suspension travel, but then I hopefully lower the car back overall about 1 inch. So the car will be a little bit higher off the ground, but not too much. Other than that, I think this car is going to be pretty hilarious. It's not fast at all. Oh yeah, I did forget. I'm probably going to not pass tech with my exhaust. You're going to have to remedy that somehow. It's straight pipes. What I think I'm about doing is when I lift the car up a little bit, I should have enough room to put maybe two. It's got 1 3/4 inch exhaust pipe right now underneath, and then 2 inch in the back. But if I could fit 2 1/4 from the manifold all the way to here, probably somewhere in here, I want to dump it out the side and then have like a disconnect where I could put a muffler on under there, because it's still gonna be, I mean, there's just absolutely no room under there. But I think for an autocross event, if I could stuff a muffler under there, the front right there is all smashed into an oval and ground down. But yeah, if I could fit a muffler under there just for an autocross event, then put a straight pipe back on it, I think that'll work just fine. Anyway, let me get one more shot of this thing for you guys. No one cares. But I think it'll be pretty fun. It'll be pretty hilarious.